Silent Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers, check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie of some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp string, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the floor, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze, ain't a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send you to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the dice before you let him roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in there. Doom hits the sun god, bringing some light. Now watch your mood switch, hieroglyphs when writing scripts. Now my stay but conquering, conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Ciao. What good, y'all? What good, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Yeah. Your boy back. Fresh off vacation. I just spent a week down in Florida with the family, celebrated my birthday. As you can see, I came back with a little tan. I'm real chocolatey and shit right now. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Did I have a fantastic weekend? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Hope everybody got a chance to, do what they do. Enjoy each other's company. Enjoy life. Just in case you are new to the show, it's your boy Walcott Mar, a.k.a. Modelo Mar. I usually have Modelo, but I'm drinking water Mar. I've done enough drinking that whole week in Florida. So I'm going to take a little break on the Modelo. I'm 34 now. That bounce back ain't like it used to be. That bounce back ain't like it used to be. I put my fair share of alcoholic drinks down in a whole week on vacation. It's okay if I drink water, y'all. Don't kill me. But as always, that's my boy 40 Water, a.k.a. Silent Hill, the homie J. Leo. The song is Pale Moon Devil Dance. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Y'all go over to YouTube. Type in Hitchhikers. 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 Type in, you'll see the page pop up. Of course, you'll see the Pale Moon Devil Dance song is the theme song. You'll see that on there. They got all types of great music on there. They got plenty of tracks on there to represent. But no, y'all go show some love to my peoples. Go do that for sure. All right. Of course, got to plug the website. Going over to the website, www.I.O.W.19.com. That is the website where you get all the information of anything I.O.W. network related. All right? Anything I.O.W. network related. All the social media platforms that we are associated with. We are on various social media platforms to get anything I.O.W. network related. The Patreon's there if you want to donate. Look at it as a small investment. Of course, Go to, the Patreon. This is where you can donate. Or you can go cop the merch. You see, I got the T-shirt on, the I.O.W. Sports T-shirt on. Kind of like the background. Got the I.O.W. bird. Oh, got the bird on now. You feel me? And then, of course, most importantly, if you have not downloaded the I.O.W. Network app, go do it. The app is up. The app is running. Go to your respective app stores. If you are a Google Android user like myself, go on over to the Google Play Store, download the I.O.W. Network app. All right. If you are a Apple iOS user like Detroit Mail, go on over to the Apple Store. Download the I.O.W. Network app. I'm telling you, we'll get the app. We got a lot of great stuff on there, a lot of content, a lot of podcasts, a lot of music from independent mainstream artists, from grunge to pop to reggae to jazz to hip hop to gangster rap to R&B. We got it just about all kinds of music on there. Like I said, independent or mainstream. Get the I.O.W. Network app. I'm telling you, it is a fantastic app. It is awesome. It is dope. Detroit Mail has put a lot of work into that. But I'm telling you, just go get the app. And it's so important because on our day stream sports show, Mondays and Thursdays, that streams on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hour number 2 is strictly on the I.O.W. Network app. Gives you a chance to call in on the WhatsApp, talk your shit, give or take, drop opinions, rep your city, rep your team, do all that. But you got to download the app. All right. Now that we got all the plugs and stuff out the way, since your boy ain't been on in a week, let's go ahead and get a little laugh of the day. Gotta get a little a little chuckle, you feel me? We gotta get a little chuckle in, y'all. I had a week full of laughs hanging with family. So I got plenty of laughs. But I could always go for more though. I am one to never take away laughs. I love laughter. Laughter is key. But I saw this, and I'm gonna probably play it twice because it was that funny. Check it out, y'all.
Yo, look at Grandma. Okay, Grandma, look.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you know that's my hot spot? I know you're my grandson. You can't take care of this thing. This thing's still jumping. So stop it. Don't fucking do that shit no more.
Grandma say that thing's still jumping. Oh, we gotta play that again. Mama.
Yo, look at Grandma. Okay, Grandma, look.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you know that's my hot spot? I know you're my grandson. You can't take care of this thing. This thing's still jumping. So stop it. Don't fucking do that shit no more.
Yo. That's hilarious, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That is hilarious. Grandma said that thing's still jumping. Grandma said that thing's still jumping. Grandma said that thing's still jumping. Still jumping. She said, you know that my hot pot. You can't do that shit. Still jumping. Got some cobwebs on that thing, but it's still jumping. Anyway, even though I was on vacation, I was able to still watch the NBA Finals. And for my play of the night, I got to take it back. Game 5. I mean, great play. Y'all, you guys saw it. You guys should be used to seeing it by now. Drew Holiday coming up with the steal, alley-oop to Giannis, clutch moment. Hey, Got to give props and props to do. Let's take a look at it again.
Booker the drive, gets inside, leans in, knocked away and stolen by Holiday. Phoenix has to foul, and a pinnacle foul, throws it down. And a foul. Giannis on the alley-oop. What a turnaround. A chance to take the lead and the turnover as the Bucks now up by 3 and a free throw coming up.
What a play by Drew Holiday. Gets into the pitcher, comes up with the strip. Turning the basketball over and then off to the races. Could have held it out. Instead, made the right read. Throws it up where only Giannis can catch it. Finishes it with the contact.
And bad decision to foul because this would make it a 4-point game with 13.5 remaining. Phoenix.
Wow. I still get amazed by that how that closed out the game. First of all, great defensive play by Chris Middleton. And then had the presence to make sure that you get an alley-oop to Greek Freak. I mean, huge. That was huge. I mean, that's big time right there. But that'll lead us into our first topic, man. I got to get my finals review. I haven't talked to y'all in a week, so I mean, geez, Phoenix, what the hell is going on? You lose 3 games in a row. Tough. That's tough shit right there. I mean, of course, since Game 5 is a recent game on Saturday, it'll be more gears to Game 5, but it's similar. The games were similar. Game 3, 4, and 5. Of course, Game 3 and 4 were in Milwaukee. I think Game 3 was a blowout game where Milwaukee just blew the doors off Phoenix. Look, I'm gonna say this right here. When you got Devin Booker, who's I'm pretty sure we can all agree, is your primary scorer. Gives you 40 in Game 4, gives you 42 in Game 5, and you come up with 2 losses? Well, what's really going on? If you were to tell of me or any betting man that Devin Booker scores 40 in back-to-back games without looking at the stats, and you just say that Devin Booker scored 40 and 42, like I said, without looking at the stats, I bet you 9 out of 10 guys would say that that's a win for the Phoenix Suns, right? Yeah, I think that's fair to say. 2 losses, though. And I'll tell you why. See, the Phoenix Suns right now came in with all the momentum, got off to a high start, 2-0 lead in the finals, was feeling good. Devin Booker was doing okay in the first 2 games. DeAndre Ayton was putting in work. Jay Crowder got some. Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, they were getting some. And in Game 3, 4, and 5, it's total opposite. DeAndre Ayton, so-so. Jay Crowder, he kind of disappeared like he normally does. Contributions from Mikal Bridges and Cameron Payne and so-so. Devin Booker, of course, getting off. But here's the key. Because everybody is so in love and infatuated. I'm a victim of it too. So infatuated with the Chris Paul story. 16 years in the league. Comes up in conversation with one of the top point guards ever. I've made arguments this year that maybe Chris Paul should have been an MVP conversation. But these last 3 games, we ain't get Chris Paul. We ain't get CP3. We got State Farm hanging with Jake Cliff Paul, his made-up State Farm brother. We got Cliff Paul. We got Uncle Cliff. You know, he's the State Farm guy. We ain't get Chris Paul. We've been getting Cliff Paul the last 3 games. Crazy stat for you guys. This whole series, the whole NBA Finals, Chris Paul has the most turnovers out of all players, leading with 18. 18 total turnovers. Now, you wonder why Phoenix Suns have lost 3 games in a row? You wonder why a 40-point and a 42-point night obviously just gets null and void? Is because your leader, your emotional leader, you know, your commander in chief, your point guard, hasn't been playing too well. Hasn't been playing too well at all these last 3 games. You know, it's one thing to lead the NBA Finals in turnovers, but it's another thing to have these turnovers at the most, I'm trying to find the right word, the moment where it is put up or shut up time. Chris Paul is having turnovers at the worst times in the crunch time, and he's putting his team in a bad situation. And I don't want to make it seem like it's Chris Paul's fault that they lost 3 games in a row, because it's not all on him. But he's going to be the leading reason why they're not winning. Because let's be honest, y'all, he is the general of the Phoenix Suns. I'll put it to you this way. Chris Paul's not on that team this year. Are they even in the finals? If Chris Paul is not there, is Phoenix Suns even in the playoffs? I mean, this roster that the Phoenix Suns got, I mean, yeah, you add Jay Crowder. He was in Miami last year in the finals, so he's been there before. But pretty much that roster has been the same the last 2-3 years. Booker's been there. DeAndre Ayton's been there. I mean, I'm willing to say maybe Phoenix Suns is not even in that conversation, not even there. That's just my opinion. So, look, all I'm saying is that maybe it's at that point where it's mental now. Oh, our emotional leader, our general is not playing well. And the Phoenix Suns haven't had anybody to really pick up the slack besides Devin Booker. But Devin Booker can't do it on his own. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if anybody had caught the day during the day, me and Detroit Mail discussed this today. And let's be honest. If you literally look at the whole grand scheme of Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns, this is the path of least resistance, least obstacles to get to a championship. You play a wounded, battered, hurt Lakers round 1. You handle business. You go against Denver Nuggets, who were without Jamal Murray, and you know that's something. Then you get a dysfunctional injury without Kawhi, Clippers. Then you get a team in the Bucks who, at first, coming into the finals, had no idea what they were going to get from Giannis. And I say all that to say this. When you look at Chris Paul's career, multiple playoff disappointments, either up, 2-0, 3-1, whatever, and on teams that couldn't finish the deal. And then when I say this year, when they're on a path of least resistance, I just laid it out. I just laid it all out there for you. And I hate to talk about players' legacy, but when it comes to Chris Paul, who is up there in age, 36, probably be 37 sometime either this year or next year, is getting to the end of his career. His window of getting championships is closing, and it's closing rapidly. If Chris Paul does not win this championship, I have a hard time believing he'll ever get one. Just look at it this way. Chris Paul, if he remains on the Phoenix Suns, that's yet to be determined. Of course, the season hasn't officially ended for the Phoenix Suns yet. If he returns to the Phoenix Suns, he'll still be in the West. Just look at the landscape of the West next year. I'm pretty sure you can say that maybe a healthy AD or well-rested LeBron automatically puts the Lakers back in contention. I'm not saying winning the championship, in contention, regardless, in contention. The Warriors will be back. Clay will be back. Wiseman will be back. And they got two picks in this draft, for the NBA draft coming up in the first round. 2 picks. 7th overall and 14th overall. 2 picks. Utah will be back. Denver will be back. You got Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic, the reigning MVP, Michael Porter Jr., more time to jail. They'll be back. Then add a healthy Jamal Murray whenever he gets back from his knee injury. I mean, you got teams that are going to be getting better. Memphis is on the rise. You saw how John Morant played. Memphis is on the rise. Yes. Dallas is still going to be in contention. Regardless of whatever transactions they'll use to improve that team. Clippers will be back. Still not so sure about situation with Kawhi, but hypothetically, he'll be returning. I mean, look at the landscape of the West. This is the most opportune time for Chris Paul to make sure that he finds it and within himself to lead his team back to the promised land. This is the moment. This is it. So when it comes down to his legacy, look, because he's not playing well, and if they are to lose this finals, that'll stick with him. That will stick in his psyche. That will stick in his mental. That will sit and fester inside him. I bet you it will. Because he has to be thinking like, this is the most opportune time that I have to get a championship. Chris Paul has to be thinking that. He has to. That's just human nature. If I'm just Chris Paul in this situation, it's in the back of my mind. Like, damn, what are these jokers going to be saying about me? About my legacy if I can't get this championship? Now, I'm saying that because of right now he's not playing well. Because He's been playing like Cliff Paul. I'm dead ass serious. So uncharacteristic for Chris Paul to be having this amount of turnovers. And not only having turnovers, but at the wrong times of the game. Giving up possessions at the wrong times of the game. You know, when Chris Paul is having turnovers in the clutch time, and to me, clutch time is, 3 minutes or less in a pro quarter in a close game. Clutch time. It's big boy ball time, where the big dudes, the big names with the grande cojones take over games, close out games, win games. That's big boy time. And he's having turnovers in that time. So, but look, and I don't want to put it all on Chris Paul, but just because he is the name, he is the story that everybody is talking about, he will catch the blame. He will catch the heat. And because his game is not matching of what everybody is accustomed to when it comes to Chris Paul. For the Chris Paul haters, they are loving this. I'm in any social media little page or whatever that I'm in, and there's some CP3 Chris Paul people who are not fond of him. Oh, they having a ball right now because his game is proving them right. And it's hard for those who support Chris Paul to go ahead and defend his name, because it's hard to go against the facts. Everybody has two eyes and everybody is not blind. They are seeing his performances the last 3 games. Chris Paul is not playing Chris Paul basketball. He is looking like State Farm Cliff Paul the last 3 games. There's no way around that. So when it comes to his legacy, if they are not able to pull it off, and if he repeats this performance of being high turnover at the wrong times, and literally at times in the game just looking mystified, looking confused, they're going to go back to that. And they're going to say, fool's motherfucking gold. You had us, Chris Paul. See, you tricked us. You fooled us. You go to Phoenix. You elevate another team out the cellar like you did with Oklahoma City, like you did with Houston, like you did with New Orleans Hornets at the time. You did it again, like you did with the Clippers. You took a team that's been a bottom dweller. You elevate them. But when it comes to getting the job done, you choke. That narrative is already out there. There's no debate on that. The narrative is already out there that Chris Paul is a choker on teams when it comes to the big damn games. That narrative is out there. And if he can't get the job done and lead the Phoenix Suns back into the series and win the series, that narrative gets magnified. It gets bigger, it gets louder, it gets noisier, because you have made it to the ultimate goal and you have done nothing to shed the past light of how people view you. Now, let's be honest, if Chris Paul was actually playing better basketball and he was actually doing Chris Paul things, having 10, 12, 13, 14 assists, low turnovers, maybe 1 or 2, 3 or 4 steals, 5 to 8 assists, 20 to 25 points. If he was actually playing well and the Phoenix Suns aren't able to win it, it may not be so on him. It may not put so much of a dent on his legacy, because you can say that his performance has been top notch. His performance has been doing well. But that's not the case. Chris Paul has literally been just, oh my God, he's just been absolutely abysmal. Tim, what up? I don't know if I got three names for CP3, but one of them for sure is Cliff Paul, playing like his State Farm brother, hanging with Jake, hanging with Drake. Drake from State Farm, Jake from State Farm have been hanging. Cliff Paul. That's one of them. That's definitely one of them. Right now, he coughing it up, Chris, because he's been coughing them turnovers like a motherfucker. Like, you remember how great Phillip Rivers was in the NFL, and then later in his career, he's the coughing up turnover man. Cliff Paul has been coughing up turnovers like a motherfucker. Cough it up, Chris. That's what Chris Paul has been looking like lately. Cliff, State Farm, cough it up, Chris. That's what he's been looking like. I mean, there's just no way around it. I mean, and now that you're here, Tim, let's be honest. How many times? So I'm gonna ask you this, Tim. If you don't look at the stat sheet for Game 4 and Game 5 of the finals, you see that Devin Booker has gone off for 40 points and 42 points. You're thinking that's a win, right? And this is what I'm saying with why the Phoenix Suns are behind in this finals right now. When you got Cliff coughing up Paul, doing what he's doing, like literally having turnovers at the wrong times of the game. He's having turnovers at a high rate. Like 18 overall turnovers in 5 games. And literally at the wrong time of the game. He's having turnovers in the crunch time. Everybody knows that 3 minutes or less in the fourth quarter of a tied game is crunch time. It's big boy time. And what are you doing having turnovers? Look, I know the average of 5 games, 18 turnovers is low, but majority of his turnovers have been in games, 3, 4, and 5, when they lost. And so this is why it's going to get magnified if they can't win this finals. It's definitely going to get magnified on his narrative, on Chris Paul's narrative. It's going to get magnified. I don't care how, how you dice it, how you slice it. It's going to get magnified on his legacy, on his narrative of him being a choke artist if they can't win this series. Because he's not playing well. It'd be totally different if he was playing well, but he's not. Like, so uncharacteristic of what he's been doing lately. And I don't want to put all the blame on him, but he's going to get majority of the blame because of his name and because of his story. Is it unfair? Probably so. But ask LeBron if it's fair. It happens to him all the time. Asking KD if it's fair. It happens to him all the time. Ask Steph Curry if it's fair. It happens to him all the time. Ask Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, whatever. Big name on big teams, they get majority of the blame when the team's not doing well, and it gets magnified when you're not playing well. Period. It comes with the territory. We're not asking Chris Paul to go out and have a 35-point, 40-point night. We know that's not his game. He is a point guard. He is probably one of the truest forms of point guards, where he's going to look to facilitate and then add his points when needed, or interject himself personally when it's needed. I'm not expecting a 35, 40-point night from Chris. Give me 20 to 25. Give me 10 to 12 assists. Give me 1 or 2 turnovers. I don't need high turnovers from you as a point guard. You have the ball in your hands majority of the time. I don't need high turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Give me a couple of steals. But I need high assists from you, a few rebounds, 20 to 25 points. If Chris does that, we're having a different conversation about his legacy. But that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're getting. That is not what we're getting from Chris Paul. So do damn right, he will get the fair, probably majority of the blame if the way the finals continue how it's been going the last 3 games. You lost 3 in a row. Okay, game 3, Milwaukee needed that game. You can't go down 0-2 and then go 0-3 and expect to be in any playoff series. So for Phoenix losing game 3, I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting the ass whooping they got. Not at all. I wasn't expecting that. But I was expecting them to lose game 3. But to lose game 4 and 5, when your primary scorer in Devin Booker gets you 40 and 42, well, hell, you got what you needed. But I also got to give the Bucks credit because, especially in Game 5, the Bucks literally played like the hell me and Detroit Mel been begging them to play throughout the whole playoff series. Dominate the paint. Dominate the paint. Did you see the interview with Booker and Paul? And they asked Booker about Paul's play, and Booker said, "I didn't see that. I did not see that interview." But hey, I don't blame Booker. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch that because what am I supposed to say without throwing my teammate under the bus? Without sounding like an asshole? Without sounding like a team player? Devin Booker did right. Next question, please. Because I don't want to touch that. Because let's look at it this way. And you said CP3 was right there too? Hey, exactly. Not only if he's sitting right next to me, I don't want to sound like an asshole and sound like the guy running my teammate over. Not pulling a Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid went the other route, pretty much blaming Ben Simmons, for the layup or the dunk that should have happened. But Booker did right. I'm not going to sit there and because I believe that Booker has enough respect for Chris Paul for what he has brought mentally and knowledge-wise to this team. I just said about 10, 15 minutes ago, I do not know if this Phoenix roster is in the finals, let alone the playoffs, without Chris Paul this year. So Booker did right. You don't want to sit there and dog on your guy. But I know behind scenes, I'm like, yo, bro, I know you, Chris Paul. I know you, the older statesman. We look up to you. We appreciate you. But when you going to put away Cliff, cough it up, Paul, and bring Chris Paul back? Can we get that motherfucker back? I mean, I already know that, Chris is probably in his own head, probably thinking about the wrongs that needs to be rewriting. But we got to have a conversation as a team about how we going to get this shit back on track. Because come Tuesday night, if you don't get it right, it's vacation time. So, hey, I love you, but fuck that cough it up Cliff Paul. Where's CP3 at? I mean, they gotta have that honest conversation amongst men. Be like, bro, you getting high turnover rate. You are getting not only high turnover rate, you are also having turnovers at the wrong time. But this also goes back to, some coaching in this thing. As much as I have loved Monty Williams' job that he has done throughout this playoffs, I'm kind of getting disappointed in some of his non-adjustments in this series. So Phoenix is getting out rebounded horribly. I'm talking about just out rebounded. If I remember correct, we had Al on the show on the day stream. He's our stat guy. He threw out some stats where just in the offensive rebounding, the Bucks pretty much have doubled the Suns. It's like 68 to 35 or something like that. Check those out. Check those numbers out on your own. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're on the offensive boards are getting doubled up by the team, so you already know that they're already, if they haven't doubled them up on total rebounds. I mean, but this is what comes, especially Game 5 was pretty much the ultimate. Everything went right for the Bucks. By the way, Giannis is the MVP. There's no way around it. I've done enough Giannis bashing that I have to sit here and shut the hell up and say, well done, Giannis. He's balling. I mean, look, I've always said he's limited. He's a liability at the end of games. He's this, he's that. I've always focused on things that he has done wrong. But I have to give Giannis his credit when he has been balling, and damn it, Giannis I.O.W. has been fucking balling. Phoenix has not one answer for him at all. He has literally done what earned him those 2 MVP titles back to back. He is absolutely dominating the paint. Not only is he putting his head down like a fullback and going straight to the rim, he's doing spin moves. He's hitting them with the Euro. Oh, you think you're going to build a wall? Well, I'm going to penetrate, pause, and kick out pass. Like Giannis has literally, he is freaking unstoppable right now. Yes, Giannis that guy. He's unstoppable, Tim. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to give credit when credit is due, and Giannis is by far, by a million miles, the MVP of the finals right now. He is, oh my God, Phoenix has not figured out anything how to slow him down. Anything. They haven't figured out nothing. This is what I'm disappointed in when it comes to Monty Williams. He hasn't tried it. Like, do something. I mean, try everything. Throw the damn kitchen sink at Giannis Antetokounmpo and say, damn it, we're not going to let you just sit here and camp up in the paint and body us. Because let's be honest, Milwaukee is the bigger team. Milwaukee is the more physical team. I'll put it to you this way. Besides DeAndre Ayton on the Phoenix Suns roster, give me a rim protector. Give me a person that's going to sit there and protect the paint. There's no answer. And Game 5 was literally the culmination of all that. You got Giannis beating people down in the paint. Then you finally get Chris Middleton to show up. And look, Tim, you know this. I've been dogging the shit out of Chris Middleton. Mediocre Middleton. Missing shot Middleton. I've been dogging Chris Middleton this whole playoffs. I can't shit on him from Game 5. A couple of games he had against Atlanta, I couldn't shit on him. Chris Middleton showed the hell up in Game 5. Showed that he can be a closer. Drew Holiday, I've been shitting on him too. He's going 4 for 20. He's going 4 for this. He's going 4 for that. Yeah, you're right, Tim. I can't dog Middleton. We might have to change his name to Make Me a Believer in Middleton. because that boy showed up game 5. I can't dog him. I couldn't dog Drew Holiday. Game 4, he goes 4 for 20. He's been inconsistent. But Drew showed up. Game 5 is literally the prime example of what you want to see from the Milwaukee Bucks. Your supposed big 3 all get theirs. Then you get the contributions, the energy, high energy, the rebounds, the defense from Bobby Portis. You get the high energy, the rebounds from Brook Lopez. You get opportune threes from Pat Connaughton. You know, every now and then a 3 from PJ Tucker. That was the ultimate, prime example of what you need from the Bucks. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. But right now, they have all the momentum. They have all the momentum going into Tuesday night. I know if they want to close this out, they better try to recreate game 5. They better go in there ready to body in the paint. A thing that really bothered me about game 5 is Phoenix had a 14-point lead after the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, they forget what got them that lead. And then Milwaukee just kept chipping away. And Phoenix had no answer. So, look, Milwaukee is doing what they're supposed to do. We're going to out-muscle them. We're going to out-physical. And now they're one game away from winning the championship first in 50 years. Giannis is not in the same boat as Chris Paul when it comes to legacy talk. He's just not. I'm not saying that, oh, my guys, if you don't win, Giannis is not going to hurt your legacy. Giannis is what, 26? His opportunities of getting championships, his window is pretty open. Chris Paul's not so much. And if you look at the way that Giannis is performing, the total opposite of Chris Paul. If the Bucks so happen to lose and Giannis is continuing to play the same way, you can sit there and make an argument. Well, the Bucks let Giannis down. Giannis didn't let the Bucks down. Giannis is literally on another stratosphere with his play right now. So when it comes to legacy talks for him, that's not hurting his legacy. At this point, Giannis is literally in a win-win situation when it comes to the legacy talk. Because if the Bucks lose this finals, trust me, it's not going to be because of Giannis. It's not. But if the Bucks win, it only heightens his legacy with him with more time to add on to it. Total opposite of Chris Paul. Because let's be honest, Chris Paul is so integral, so important to the failure or success of the Suns. And with his window closing, that's a different legacy conversation. With Giannis, with his championship window pretty wide open, and his performance has gained the right attention, it's a different legacy conversation with him and Chris Paul. But I know one thing. You damn Phoenix Suns better figure it out. Monty Williams better figure it out. One thing I noticed with Monty, I don't understand why he's shrinking his bench. He shrunk his bench in game 5, game 4, I believe, where he's pretty much only running a 8-man rotation, which doesn't make sense when your point guard is struggling and he's still getting high minutes? I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just see what I see. All I'm saying is when I get your importance of Chris Paul, but when he's having these high turnovers, you still can't keep giving him high minutes, keeping him in the game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I digress. Speaking of legacies, quick NFL talk. Y'all, it's almost end of July, so training camp is right around the window. Matter of fact, I do believe I might have saw there might be some camps opening up on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But speaking of legacies, y'all take a look at this.
Rick Stroud reported yesterday that Tom Brady's knee injury last season, which was surgically repaired after the Super Bowl, was in fact a torn MCL, which feels like, among other things, just another layer to the legend of Tom Brady and Rob Ninkovich. I know that this does not surprise you because I believe you have said on this program, and I quote, "That guy is nuts." When you hear he played last season with a torn MCL, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's tapped. I mean, here's the one thing I would say. He's, number one, very tough. So don't question Tom's toughness. He's a very tough guy. And I know Bart has played against him, so he can understand that sometimes you can hit Tom, you can, get on top of Tom, drop weight on Tom, and he almost, like, enjoys it. It's super weird. So, it doesn't surprise me that he would fight through injury through the whole season. But on the flip side of that, I'm just going to say this. I have about a closet full of Don Joys, and I'm sure Bart has too. Elbow, knee, guys are playing with stuff. An MCL, to play through an MCL injury isn't crazy. I mean, I think every single football player has played through some type of injury, especially an MCL, which is probably the least most important part if it's not like a grade 3 tear. Grade 1, grade 2, you put a tape job on it, you put your Don Joy brace on, and you go play football. That's what everybody does. So Tom, playing through injury, yes, very tough, but
All right, my fault, y'all. Had technical difficulties. But we back. Look, Tom Brady, I have grown, and I hate to admit this, I have grown a different level of respect for him. The whole time he was in New England, I hated him. Couldn't stand him. Not because he was a winner. I'm not one of those people who I hate winners. No, you got numerous, Spygate, Deflategate, different little nuances here and there that, aided them to win. There's facts. Ain't no way around that. Anytime you film an opponent's practices, you have an advantage. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you have these little instances that help you win, there's no way around that. But I always thought he was a real prick. Self-centered is about him. But that 1 year of Tampa has kind of chipped that thought process about Tom Brady. It has. He's a guy's guy. He literally, when you watch the NFL films, behind the scenes stuff, his teammates love him. And it makes sense why Gronk came out of retirement to go seek out. It makes sense why Antonio Brown, despite his legal issues, said, I got to get to Tampa and play with Tom. I mean, so for you to play, and I never had any knee injury, so I don't know anything about, the pain tolerance when it comes to playing with a partially torn MCL in his left knee. But it shows the true leadership. Now, everybody can have the debate of the GOAT, quarterback of all time. I consider Tom the greatest winner of all time because he knows how to win, because he knows how to be selfless. Remember all those times he took pay cuts in New England? Make sure that the money was spread out to improve the team. He did that numerous times. Numerous times. He went down to Tampa Bay. He could have got Aaron Rodgers money if he asked. He didn't. Now look at the team. They went, got a Super Bowl, and they were able to bring everybody back. All 22 starters. I mean, literally, I have grown a more appreciative respect for Tom Brady. And when you hear about things like this, it makes that respect grow even more. Because he is saying that, yes, I know I got 6 rings. Yes, I know I'm in the conversation of GOAT, but I'm 42, 43, and I'm playing with this personally need because I am doing this for the team. I give the team the best chance to win. I mean, be honest, y'all. Y'all know who the backup quarterback is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if Tom Brady can't play? Oh, let me remind you who it is. Do y'all remember Blaine Gabbert? I remember Blaine Gabbert. You know, he's a team hopper now. He is a perennial backup. First round. He was picked in the first round by the Jaguars about 8-9 years ago. He ain't that guy. So for him to know that he gives his team the best chance to win and to go out there and sacrifice that. Yeah. Went to another team. Yeah. I mean, no arguments there, Tim. Tom Brady, people, y'all can have the GOAT debate. I know who's the greatest winner in all of football is Tom Brady. This man has 7 rings. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 1 full hand full of Super Bowl rings, 2 more on another hand. And imagine had he not ran into the Giants twice and ran into the Eagles. He had them 10 rings on his finger, 1 for each finger. I mean, literally, it's so amazing how just, a change of scenery has changed everything with Tom. I didn't care for Tom when he was in New England, but when you're doing things like this, playing with partially torn MCL, sacrificing. Making sure that you put yourself in the best position for you and your team. Gotta respect it, y'all. Gotta respect it. Look, y'all. Your boy's back. First episode off vacation. That's episode 95, man. We are clocking these episodes in on the late night show. We are clocking them in for sure. But look, it's been real. It's been fun. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow night for episode 96. I appreciate everybody tuning in. My man Tim, holla at you, big homie. Make sure you watch the finals tomorrow, Tim, because we will definitely be talking about that finals tomorrow. Look, y'all be good, world. Y'all love somebody, hug somebody. Peace.
Solid Hill TDS. Hitchhikers. Let's go. Yo. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoke unload. Let my soul sink into the flow, feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blunt corrode, let it go. Release to the beast, about to take control, overload. Burn another shrub to keep my mind sedated, elevated, felt elated from withdrawal but never faded. Alcohol pumping out my system in need of patience. Point, play and do it in reverse until the points take working, putting in work to muscles jerk, and my joints aching. Numbers don't lie, but I think these niggas point shaving. I am on another high. You can only taste the fragrance floating on the stroke. Bodies below, twisted, agitated. Hand me another gram, watch me break down and light this bitch. Explosive tendencies, watch me spark and ignite this shit. Put the game in a chokehold with a tightened grip. Niggas inciting shit, hoes peeping, they bite their lips. Cold hearted bastard, give a hot bitch an icy kiss. Take a buzz to another level and heighten it. My karma is Dalai Lama, the smoke for enlightenment. Nigga drag me to hell with all the hounds and Leviathan things. Reach for a pack of guards, cause I'm about to smoke a quick. Pussy popping and percolate, I just want the smoke circulate. Losers will spectate and the haters will speculate, but I'm too busy taking all this vapor straight to the face. Damn. Shit. Man, shit pretty good. Hey, man, you got a light? Fuck that, I'm shit. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low. Let my soul sink into the flow. Feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blood go roll. Let it go, feel this to the beat, about to take control. Pick and roll with the bowl, whoa, watch the smoking low. Let my soul sink into the flow. Feel the flames below, ready to go. Light another pack, watch the blood go roll. Let it go, feel this to the beat, about to take control.